Hey guys, Jgrimes here. Jgrimes Aquatic-Life on Facebook, and I'm standing in my wife's art room, and we've been working on it. Actually, she's been working on it a lot. Last time you probably seen this was on a crappy video that I was rambling on about getting fish stuff from my friend Jay that she was about to put out in a yard sale. Otherwise, just figured I'd give you a nice little tour of what was my fish room. It's been a while since I've made some videos and keeping up on stuff. Had a lot of things going on. Was unemployed for a while, so my fish room became ginormous with tons of stuff. Well, I've been selling tanks left and right, and I'm down to a few. And of course, I still have the ones upstairs, the 75 African, 75 parrot tank in my bedroom, and a couple planted tanks up in the den or dining area. But we're about to go into what is my drum room, whatever you want to call it. Now is a fish room. So some of my wife's art on the wall. Come in here. I've done a video on her before, my red-tailed boa. She's not out. She only really comes out at night. I've had this tank on video before, the guppy tank. It had a nice African frog in there that was about half the size of $1. He jumped out, and while we were gone, I came home and he was dried up in the floor, so not very cool. Plants are doing really good. Flourish Iron and Flourish Excel work amazing with 5500K bulb. I used to have two 55s on this wall. I no longer have those. I've sold them off. Really didn't need them anymore. Nice to have, but just a lot of work. I got this as my extra water source for all my American cichlid tanks. Always having sponge filters that are cycled on hand. There's 2 in there right now. I have a 20 high with African peacocks fry, OBs, dragon's bloods, and I believe there's some red jewels in there too. They're all happy. They think they're gonna get fed right now. It's about that time, guys. And this was my newest addition a while back. My project, if you will. This is American cichlid tank. I'm gonna come back here and turn the snake's light out because it's bright. I built the custom sump. Everything for this. My Severum is just lighting up. He's looking beautiful. Carpentus, both looking good. Other Carpentus. Hey guys. My Jack, he's 6 years old. We've had him a long time. Been in the hobby many years. But I've just gotten into more filtration and stuff like that, and designing filtration. Just figuring out how it all works, and it goes down, up, under, or over, under, back over a little grid. Right here, and comes into here, does its bacterial magic in here, and then on through. Quite a few sponges that are actually due to be cleaned this weekend, and up to my return pump, back up to the tank. Yeah, the refugium runs really high. I actually have one leak. The stand shifted and the seal broke in the 20 high that I originally had as my sump. So I had one sitting around that I was using. I threw the baffles in it and built a 20 long. It has actually served me very well because this tank looks amazing, because I can fit a bigger pump in that one. So when I rebuilt, I just left that one the way it was. Got a custom overflow box on this one. It runs down does its thing. I run some carbon every once in a while in my little Magnum 250. And the sump ended up turning into this right there for my Africans, peacocks, and ACI tank. I threw a couple of my Mbuna bumblebees in there. It's one of my... I'm more partial to this tank. I like it a lot. I didn't really put a whole lot of work into it at first. When I set it up, I threw it together, and it's been a wonderful tank now that I've got the filtration up. I built a canister filter for it originally out of like a 1,200 gallon store-bought pool. Can't talk today, guys. And I converted it with some sponge media and ceramic media and some filter floss and stuff that I change out, and it keeps this bad boy crystal clear. I just added this to it to try to get some of the nitrates down. So far it's been on here about 2.5 weeks. The growth hasn't been a whole lot yet because the plants are starting to get used to the higher pH of the water, and they haven't really shown any growth or colorations yet. Of course, the tank looks really good, so they are purifying the water enough. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for this room. Now that I've changed everything over. Originally, when I had an overview of this room, I only had 155 here and the little 10 gallon. And this whole wall was covered with 55s and etc. Like I said, I've broke them down, sold them off, and traded. I built the LED lights actually for this tank. Now I can change them to whatever color suits my desires. And get it to focus real quick. It's one of my favorites right there because it has the most brightness right there. It shows off more clarity. But, and then of course you have like actinic. And the darker. One of my favorite, the one I use most time would be this one. It's the clearest. On occasion I have fade, and these are all LEDs. Only 300 LED strip in there. And this is on fade mode. Sorry for the shaky camera. Get it to focus in and we can watch it change. And I can speed it up or slow it down or whatever I really want it to do. It can strobe. Really awesome. I give props to DIY Joey or UAR Joey, Do It Yourself King on YouTube. If you guys haven't watched his videos, I recommend that you do so. Even if you're really not into fish keeping a whole lot, but just some of the projects that he does and stuff, you can learn a lot from that guy. And thanks, Joey, because I've used quite a bit of your videos and your footage to learn how to build PVC overflows and whatever else. And it actually overflows into that. Oh, up and over. There's a back siphon here. It drains down to keep the air out of the line, and then it goes straight down into a ball shutoff valve, gate kind of like a gate valve, but it's a shut-off valve, and down into the sump. And I actually have two pumps because I only have a Aquatic 1800 or something. It's only like 200 gallons per hour on this tank. So I got a spring check valve there, and it actually runs up. And then there's an inline pump that somebody sent me to try. 235 gallons per hour. It actually, all it really does is boost that. So I think with about the 4-foot height, give or take, and between the both pumps, it's probably getting about 140 gallons per hour. That could be a low guess, I would say, but I'm probably say that's about maximum. That's about what it's getting, is 150 gallons per hour. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. The video's already at 11 minutes because I like to ramble on and talk too much. So everyone have a great day. Peace.